It's Friday, April 17th, 2020. Quick video today. I want to talk about a few different topics. I'm going to bounce around a little bit. But first, I want to talk about a comment I received yesterday on Facebook. This individual commented on yesterday's video and he said this, and I quote, "This guy is a joke." He said I'm a joke. That's fine. Last time I checked, there was still some freedom left here. You could still say a few things in America, and that's fine. I put myself out in public. I use my real name. I use my real face. I make videos on a daily basis, so I have nothing to hide, and I'm not going to hide from anybody. But I asked this person, I confronted this person, why do you think I'm a joke? And this individual said, because I'm negative and I'm doom and gloom. And as soon as he said that, immediately I knew this person was very scared, very afraid of what is happening, because this person probably has a pension, probably has a 401k, probably has an IRA, and this person is very scared because this person is not prepared. And you know, when you talk to unprepared people, people who are dependent on their little 401k and their IRAs, that they think it's going to be there, but now they're getting very scared because reality is coming to America. Reality is coming to this economy, and they don't want to hear the truth because it scares them, because they did not prepare for what is coming. You know, this isn't negativity. This is a warning to everybody out there to prepare. And I want everybody to prepare because I want everybody to survive. I want everybody to prosper. There's no guarantee, there's no 100% in anything in life. But the more you put the odds in your favor, the better chances you have to survive. You know, when we talk about gold, we talk about silver, we talk about God, we talk about preparations, how is that doom and gloom? How is that negativity? How is talking about preparing to survive negativity? I'm not a negative person. I'm very optimistic. And the worse it gets, I'm a person that's invested in gold, silver, and cash. So the worse things get, the more debt that is pumped into these markets, the more I'm going to prosper. And that's just the bottom line. It's not doom and gloom. It's about prospering. It's about surviving. It's about the future. It's about living. These people who call it doom and gloom, they're the ones who aren't prepared. They're the ones who are scared. They're the ones that are dependent on their little 401ks. They're the ones that think their pensions are going to be there 10 years from now. Newsflash to this individual, you're going to lose. You're going to pay a severe price. You can judge me all you want. You can call me negative, doom and gloom. That's fine. But what I am in real life is honest. What I am in real life is somebody who is telling the truth, somebody who's concerned. I don't go around calling people names and judging. What I do is try to wake people up so that they survive and prosper. Unlike you, who is not going to survive this. You will be a victim of this economic tsunami. So to the people out there, when these people confront you or want to call you names or judge you, remember, these are the people who set themselves up for failure. They put their faith, their belief, their futures in the system. Okay? The system that is falling apart right now, and they know it, and they're scared. So you keep doing what you're doing, preparing every day with food and water, security, gold, silver, walking close to God. Don't let people like this tear you down. And for everybody out there, don't worry about me. I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to keep getting the message out there the best that I can, and just giving it to you the way I see it, day by day. So, you know, if there's trolls out there or people who want to judge me, people out there that want to criticize me, call me names, that's fine. I put myself in a public forum here. I don't hide. This is my real name, my real face. It's a real video. Unlike most of these people who hide behind cartoon characters and fake names or no name, no picture, and want to cast judgment, that's fine. But this is the real world. And I'm going to survive, just like 98% of you out there watching this video. You're going to survive. You're going to prosper. Your families are going to be protected because you made the sacrifice. You weren't naive. You looked at reality for what it is. You didn't call it doom and gloom. You called it preparation. You know, when a hurricane's coming, how naive and dumbed down people must be who just say, oh, a hurricane's negative. I'm going to think positive and it's going to go away. You can think as positive, you can think about teddy bears and puffy white clouds and rainbows all you want. But the fact of the matter is this tsunami is here. and it is going to destroy millions of people's lives financially. You can choose to be a victim. You can choose to be a survivor. I choose to survive. 98% of you choose to survive, and you're going to. Since we're on the topic of reality, let's talk about reality. Things are not going to return to normal. I see a lot of media outlets, a lot of people saying that there's going to be some magic key that just turns this economic engine on and we're going back to normal. What we all need to realize, which most of you already do, is before this collapse started, things were not normal. This economy was plunging. It was failing before this collapse hit. So how can we return to anything normal when we didn't have anything normal to return to? We had a failing economy, and right now 22 million people in the last 4 weeks filed for unemployment. That's over 10% of the US labor force. US manufacturing output hit its lowest level since 1946. And ask yourself, what do we even manufacture in America at this point? What do we make here in America? Manufacturing has been decimated, and now it's getting hit even more. What's left of our manufacturing is getting annihilated. We literally make nothing now in the United States of America, and that's a fact. Factory output dropped at a 7.1% annualized rate in the first quarter of 2020. Things were so bad before, and now things are being absolutely decimated. Retail sales plunged 8.7% in March, an industry that has been decimated. We know about the retail apocalypse that's been taking place for years. It's continuing to get hit harder and harder. You're seeing your malls close down. You're seeing the massive vacancies, the massive retail vacancies, the massive commercial vacancies. We're going to see the biggest plunge in consumer spending in decades. Why is that? Well, when you don't have a job, you typically don't spend as much money. When you start becoming fearful of what's going to happen tomorrow with this economy, when you start thinking, are you going to have a job next week? You're going to have a job next month? You start tightening up. Maybe the big screen TV isn't as important as having some savings. How does this ever come back when the consumer was living paycheck to paycheck? We know statistically the number was 80% of Americans were living paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth. Many of these people are going to have big trouble heading in this summer, into the fall, into the winter, into 2021, because if they don't have friends, if they don't have family members to fall back on, these people are literally going to be homeless. We now have a health crisis and an economic crisis hitting us at the same time. Wow, the debt is piling up hand over fist for the US government and the US consumer. The downturn is going to be biblical. This downturn will be historical. It's going to be something that we are never going to forget. And many people are not going to survive it. Many of these people who think positive thinking is going to save them, these people are going to be victims. People will realize, again, that they're going to need savings more than a big screen TV. And these people who are relying on their 401ks to save them, they're gone. They don't stand a chance. People who want to pretend nothing is wrong, they want to use the positive thinking, believing that that's going to change things. Again, if you want to believe in the rainbows, the puffy white clouds, the teddy bears, that's fine. It is not going to stop the economic reckoning that is here. Here's the truth. The economy is a big, fat debt bubble, and it's been levered to the hilt. That is a fact. This isn't doom and gloom. This is reality. Welcome to the real world. People who deny the truth, deny the facts, believe that their positive thinking is going to change things. I'm here to tell you the truth. It's not. So what you need to do is you need to get in a positive mindset, and you need to look at the positives here. If you are prepared, if you have assets, if you're putting cash away, if you're getting your debts paid off, you're going to prosper. You're going to survive. The world's not going to end. I hate to tell you, there's people out there that believe this is the end of the world. I truly do not believe this is the end of the world. There's going to be a major wealth transfer that takes place. And right now you have to decide what side of that wealth transfer you're going to be on. Are you your own central bank? Are you preparing? I mean, again, the carelessness, the recklessness, and the irresponsibility of people who don't want to hear the truth. Oh, that scares me. That's doom and gloom. And oh my goodness, go away. I want to think positive thoughts. You are literally committing economic suicide here. Consumers have been driving this economy with borrowed money, money they don't have. Ask yourself, what do we produce or make other than debt here in America? 70% of the US GDP is consumption. That's a fact. That is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. So you can think this away all you want, but it's not going to go away. This is the facts. Corporate debt is at all-time highs. Consumer debt at all-time highs. The U.S. government has committed to spending more than $6 trillion to slow or fix this economic downturn, and it's not going to be enough. It's not going to work. All it can do is buy time. That is a fact. You can choose to be a victim here, or you can choose to survive. All this debt is unsustainable. All the positive thinking in the world is not going to change the truth. The fact is, we have a debt bubble, and now everybody is defaulting on loans that they cannot pay back because they're jobless. And there are going to be massive, severe, negative consequences because of this, because of all the irresponsibility, of all the recklessness, debt inflating that's been going on, okay? This is reckless. People living on credit cards, buying things with money they don't have. Instead of saving some money, going out and buying big screen TVs, being big shots on social media, showing us their steak dinner, showing us their new shoes, their new cars, their new watch, their new ring, all right? Trying to impress people they don't even know or like, okay? These people are gonna pay a massive price here because they didn't save anything. They didn't pay the debts down. Okay? And they're going to pay an enormous price here. Thousands of small businesses could barely squeak through a 20% decline in revenues. Now they're facing 50% or more in revenue declines. How are they going to survive the high cost of rent, healthcare, taxes, and now a drop in revenues? Add this all up. All you got to do is connect the dots. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 plus 4 equals 8. And you know where this is all going. So these people, again, who want to judge us and talk about the doom and gloom, look, if you ask me how the weather is, I'll walk out the door. It's either going to be real sunny or it's going to be cloudy and rainy. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I wish it was sunny. I wish it was puffy white clouds and rainbows outside. But there are dark clouds out there right now. This economic tsunami is not going to go away. It is going to get severely stronger as the days and weeks and months go on. And we have never seen anything like this, ladies and gentlemen. And again, if you think you're going to think this away or hide under the covers or under your pillow and it's going to go away, like this one gentleman thinks, it's not going to happen. Many people are going to pay the ultimate price here. 10% can afford to buy a vacation home right now. You know, we see that statistic, 10%, of America is doing well. 10% of America is buying all the stocks. 10% of America has all the assets. 10% own 90% of the assets, which are melting like ice cubes right now. Look at falling asset prices. You see home sales going down. You see commercial real estate going down. You see collectible cars going down. You see art prices going down. All this is going down. And while this is all going down, there are two assets that you better look at, gold and silver. They got knocked today. Very, very manipulated assets for the time being. But at some point, they're not going to be controllable. And if you look at what it costs to buy a gold eagle right now, it's around $2,000. It doesn't even matter what the spot price is right now. You're looking at around $2,000 to buy a gold eagle right now. You're looking at around $25, $30 to buy a silver eagle right now. So there's this disconnect now with spot price and what the market, fair market value is, and what people are willing to pay for precious metals. But these are two assets, the two most undervalued assets on planet Earth, that I believe are going to skyrocket. The more money printing, the more these debt bubbles are inflated, gold and silver are going to have their day. And I hope that every one of you is taking the time buying a little bit while you can. We're going to see a lot of overvalued assets out there, and I have a short list here. Overvalued assets such as low-skilled labor. It's everywhere right now. Airbnb and other vacation rental properties everywhere. Overpriced homes and condos everywhere. Overpriced commercial office space everywhere. Look at the for lease and for sale signs on commercial real estate everywhere. Overpriced rental apartments, overpriced retail space, overpriced vehicles, new and used. We're going to see these type of assets decimated in the next coming months, maybe the next coming year. This is going to be a very long, drawn out depression. I believe truly, wholeheartedly, we're in a recession right now, and I believe we are inching very, very close to a depression that is going to be the greatest depression we have ever experienced in the history of the United States of America. So I'm going to wrap it up right here today, but let me remind you of this before I go. The Dow Jones was up over 700 points today, as 22 million people have gone jobless in the last 4 weeks. There's a good article today on this website called theeconomiccollapse.com. It's titled, "This is the worst employment collapse in U.S. history by a very wide margin." And in this article, it says that the true number of unemployment is much higher because not everyone who loses a job files for unemployment. You know, take, for instance, independent contractors like a real estate agent. These people aren't getting unemployment. If you haven't sold a house in 6 months, you're not getting any help. You're not getting any unemployment. And at the moment, there are no benefits for independent contractors. And independent contractors are in all different fields of work here in America. At this point, we should no longer speak of an economic collapse as something that is going to happen, because it is already happening. It is here right now, and it is going to get much worse. Call it doom and gloom. Use all the positive thinking that you want, ladies and gentlemen. This is not going to go away. It is about to get much worse. And as I close this video, just prepare for this reckoning. It is not going to be avoided. We cannot stop it. It's not going away. Prepare for it the best that you can, because I truly do believe there's going to be a lot of opportunity for people out there who are prepared for it. Look, there's going to be a lot of positive things that happen with this, and I truly believe that this reckoning must happen because so much corruption and criminality and irresponsibility has taken place in these markets, in this economy. We need to find out the true value of assets. We need to clean out all this garbage. We need to clean out all the zombie companies. This economy and these markets need a cleansing, and this reckoning must take place. And it's going to be a good thing for a lot of people who've prepared for it. But as I've always said, debt is a killer, and people who've gone through life living paycheck to paycheck, credit card to credit card, balance transfer to balance transfer, buying things that they could not afford, living a standard of life that they could not afford, you know, living in a 4-bedroom house when you should have been living in a 2-bedroom house, you know, driving a $10,000 car instead of a $40,000 or $50,000 car, people who could not control themselves, buying things with money they didn't have. These people are going to pay the ultimate price here. They were reckless. They were irresponsible. We need a reckoning, an economic reckoning here in America to reset this economy, reset this stock market, to cleanse the corruption that has taken place. And until we do, we're going to see massive volatility in the stock market. We're going to see more homeless. We're going to see more food lines. We're going to continue to see the middle class decimated. We're going to continue to see people with no life savings, no assets, no net worth. This new world we have here in America is not benefiting the poor or the middle class. It's benefiting the 1% or the 0.0001%. It's not benefiting you or I. This country needs an economic reckoning. People need to get back to the basics. People need to go back to living in their means. Stop worrying about what everybody thinks. They need to stop being big shots on social media. And I truly believe that day is coming. So prepare for the reckoning. It's not going to be stopped, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to be stopped.